In 1981, Kylie Minogue was 21 years old and Australia's golden girl. She'd become a household name playing Charlene on the TV show Neighbours. Her song, I Should Be So Lucky, had become a worldwide hit. She was dating her Neighbours co-star Jason Donovan. Everyone loved her wholesome girl-next-door image. Michael Hutchence was 29 and the frontman of INXS, the Australian rock band that had just conquered the world with their album Kick. He was the leather pants-wearing bad boy rock star, charismatic, dangerous, wildly talented. They met at an INXS after-party. Kylie had gone to see the band perform and was invited backstage afterward. Michael approached her, and what he said in that first conversation became legendary. "I don't know what we should do first," Michael told her with a grin. "Have lunch or have sex?" Kylie was both intrigued and terrified. She later admitted, "He did ask to kiss me numerous times, and I did say no numerous times during that first meeting." But the chemistry was undeniable, and what started as an after-party conversation would become one of the most talked-about romances of the late 1980s and early 1990s. This is the story of Michael Hutchence and Kylie Minogue, how a bad boy rocker and a pop princess fell for each other, how their relationship changed both of them, and what Kylie revealed decades later about the man who opened up a whole new world for her. When Michael and Kylie met in 1989, they couldn't have been more different, at least on the surface. Kylie was the ultimate pop princess, clean-cut, wholesome. She sang bright, cheerful pop songs. She smiled for the cameras. She dated her equally wholesome co-star Jason Donovan. The Australian public adored her. Michael was rock and roll incarnate. Dark curly hair, leather pants, swagger for days. INXS had just released Kick, and the world couldn't get enough of them. Need You Tonight had hit #1 in America. Michael was dating models and actresses. He was living the rock star life. So when news broke that Michael Hutchence and Kylie Minogue were dating, people were shocked. The bad boy and the good girl? Really? But as Kylie later explained in the 2019 documentary Mystify, Michael Hutchence, the attraction made perfect sense to her. "I was the dark bad boy and I was the pure good girl," she said. "Opposites attract." Their relationship didn't start immediately after that first meeting. Kylie was still with Jason Donovan. But after Kylie and Jason broke up in 1989, she and Michael began dating. And suddenly, Australia's golden girl was with Australia's biggest rock star. The tabloids went crazy. Photos of Michael and Kylie together dominated magazine covers. They were the celebrity couple everyone wanted to talk about. And unlike some celebrity relationships that were all about public appearances, Michael and Kylie's connection was genuine. In never-before-seen footage from the documentary Mystify, Michael Hutchence, Kylie opened up about what their relationship was really like, and her description is beautiful. Sex, love, food, drugs, music, travel, books, you name it, he wanted to experience it. As his partner, I got to experience a lot of that as well. If you're a sensual being, all of your senses need stimulation. He definitely awakened my desire for things in my world. Michael wasn't just Kylie's boyfriend, he was her guide into a world she'd never experienced. He introduced her to different music, different art, different ways of thinking and living. He had insatiable curiosity, Kylie recalled. All the good things in life and some of the bad. He opened up a whole new world for me. For someone like Kylie, who had been working since she was a teenager, whose image had been carefully managed, who had lived a relatively sheltered life despite her fame, Michael was a revelation. He showed her that life could be bigger, wilder, more adventurous than she had imagined. Their relationship lasted 2 years, from 1989 to 1991. And during that time, they were inseparable. There's a story that's become famous from their early relationship days. Before they were officially dating, when they were first getting to know each other, Michael and Kylie would send faxes to each other's hotels when they were traveling, but they used fake names to keep it secret. Kylie's pseudonym, Gabby Jones; Michael's pseudonym, Swordfish.
Can you imagine two of Australia's biggest stars sneaking around, sending secret faxes under ridiculous made-up names? It's charming and romantic, and exactly the kind of thing you do when you're falling for someone but trying to keep it quiet. The documentary, Mystify, includes home video footage that Michael shot himself, including clips of him and Kylie together on a boat in Hong Kong harbor. These private moments show a side of their relationship the public never saw. Just two people enjoying each other's company, laughing, being themselves. Michael's friend and documentary director Richard Lowenstein discovered this footage in Michael's archives. Watching it now, you see the genuine affection between them. This wasn't a showmance. This was real. One of the most significant things Michael did for Kylie during their relationship was introduce her to Nick Cave. Michael was close friends with Nick Cave, the legendary Australian musician known for his dark, poetic songs. Michael thought Kylie and Nick should work together. It seemed like an unlikely pairing, sunny pop star Kylie and brooding alt-rocker Nick, but Michael saw something nobody else did. That introduction eventually led to Kylie and Nick recording Where the Wild Roses Grow in 1995, 4 years after Kylie and Michael had broken up. The song became iconic. It showed a completely different side of Kylie's artistry. The dark, haunting murder ballad proved she could do more than just upbeat pop. And it wouldn't have happened without Michael. Kylie has always credited Michael with helping her grow as an artist. He encouraged her to take risks, to explore different sounds, to trust her instincts. Before Michael, Kylie was following directions from managers and producers. With Michael's support, she started to find her own voice. On January 22, 1990, Kylie helped throw a party for Michael's 30th birthday in Sydney. Photos from that night show them happy together. Michael has his arm around Kylie. They're both smiling. They look like any couple celebrating a milestone, except they happen to be two of Australia's biggest stars. In interviews from that period, Michael spoke about their relationship with genuine affection. "We see each other as two people," he said on the Australian rock podcast These Days. "We met, and strangely enough, we got along. It was kind of a surprise to both of us, actually." That's what made their relationship work. They didn't try to be Michael Hutchence and Kylie Minogue all the time. They were just Michael and Kylie, two people who clicked. In 1991, their 2-year romance came to an end. And in the documentary, Mystify, Kylie admitted she doesn't even remember exactly why they broke up. "Was it work? Was it the drugs? I don't know," she said. "He was like a broken man." The devastation was devastating, especially for Michael. Kylie described the moment she realized it was over, and it's heartbreaking. "He was on all fours on the floor, crying," she recalled. "I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what was happening. I just know he was a broken man. I'd never seen any man like that before. I left pretty confused and destroyed, and knew that was it." She added, "He broke my heart. I have to confess that the hurt stayed for quite a long time." Reading between the lines of Kylie's comments, it sounds like Michael was struggling with things that had nothing to do with their relationship. Maybe the pressure of fame, maybe substance issues, maybe just the chaos of being Michael Hutchinson. Whatever it was, it overwhelmed him, and the relationship couldn't survive it. After they broke up, Michael began dating Danish supermodel Helena Christensen. Kylie moved on with her career and her own relationships, but neither of them forgot what they'd shared. Years after their breakup, Kylie and Michael remained on good terms. When Kylie needed advice or support, Michael was still someone she could call. And when Michael's life got complicated later in the 1990s, Kylie was still someone who cared about Michael. In fact, Michelle Bennett, Michael's ex-girlfriend from the 1980s and his closest friend, organized Michael's final birthday party in January 1997, and Kylie was part of that circle of people who still cared about Michael, even though their romantic relationship had ended years earlier.
On November 27, 1997, 5 days after Michael's death, his funeral was held at St. Andrew's Cathedral in Sydney. 600 people attended. The funeral was broadcast live on Australian television. Kylie Minogue was there. So was Helena Christensen. So was Michelle Bennett. 3 women who had loved Michael at different times in his life, all there to say goodbye.
It says something beautiful about Michael, that the women he'd been in relationships with stayed in his life, that they still cared about him, that when he died, they all showed up to honor him. For Kylie, attending that funeral must have been incredibly difficult. This was the man who had opened up a whole new world for her, who had encouraged her to grow as an artist, who had shown her that life could be an adventure. In the years after Michael's death, Kylie rarely spoke publicly about their relationship. She'd mention him occasionally in interviews, but never went into detail. It was too personal, too painful. But in 2019, 22 years after Michael's death, Kylie agreed to participate in the documentary Mystify, Michael Hutchence, directed by Richard Lowenstein, who had been friends with both of them. And for the first time, Kylie really opened up about Michael, about what their relationship meant to her, about how he changed her life, about the hurt that stayed for quite a long time after they broke up. "He had an enormous impact on my life," Kylie said simply. Watching Kylie talk about Michael in that documentary, you can see the affection is still there, the gratitude, the sadness that he's gone, but also the appreciation for what they shared when they were together. She doesn't focus on the end, on Michael crying on the floor or the confusion of the breakup. She focuses on the good, on the adventures, on the way he opened her eyes to new possibilities. That's a beautiful way to remember someone you loved. Looking back now, it's clear that Michael and Kylie's relationship was significant for both of them, but especially for Kylie. Before Michael, Kylie was a pop star, yes, but she was following a script, singing songs other people wrote, following directions from managers and producers, playing it safe. After Michael, Kylie started taking risks. She worked with Nick Cave on Where the Wild Roses Grow. She experimented with different sounds and styles. She grew from a teen pop sensation into a serious artist with longevity.